Hey, welcome to our video series on ministry foundations. Today's video is all about fellowship. We're standing here right outside the meeting hall of our Indiana Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. We decided we would talk to you about fellowship today from here because of the fellowship that we experience when we're together with the whole body of Christ. Chad, tell us something.
Hey, well, fellowship means simply to have a mutually beneficial relationship. It's two people who work together to make sure they're being built up.
It really, for me, means that the body of Christ spends time together, not only in worship, not only in spiritual growth, but also socially. And for us, that really is borne out in Acts 2:46. So continuing daily with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, they ate their food with gladness and simplicity of heart. This is fellowship being regular, unifying. It makes the people feel like they have the same purpose and the same vision, and also it's social. This is because Christ wants Christians to be united. That's the will of God for us. In fact, in John chapter 17, where Jesus is saying the high priestly prayer, he prays that all his followers may be brought together in complete unity. That shows the world the love of God through Christ, and it builds Christians up spiritually.
Yeah, absolutely. In Proverbs 27:17, it says that as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And so as Christians, and especially as Christian leaders, we need that encouragement in our lives that comes from other Christians, but it also gives us accountability. It keeps us honest. It makes sure that we're continuing our relationship with God and not just teaching it on Sundays, but actually living it out and having a personal relationship with Christ. And so for most of us, that starts with our church. It means that we are continually working with other people in our church to build each other up and to work together. In the book of Acts, the church, that's essentially what the church was. The church was an encouraging participation in the body of Christ, so that there were no standalone Christians. There was the church, or called the Way. And so everyone shared everything. Everyone's needs were met because they were in fellowship with one another.
This is exemplified for us really in friendships. Everyone, like Chad and myself, and you as well, need godly, like-minded friends. Friends that you spend time with socially, but that you have similar priorities to, that you have the same goals for your life. In addition to that, there are mentoring relationships, those who mentor and are mentored. Chad, talk to us about that.
Yeah, mentoring basically just means spending time with people who are in a different place than you are spiritually. And so that means you need to have a mentor. You need someone in your life to fellowship with that maybe knows a little bit more than you, maybe is a little bit further along in their walk. I know for me as a Christian, when I started following Christ, it was Dewey that was my mentor. And so we need someone in our lives who's going to encourage us and continue to pour into us. But we also need people who we are going to be pouring into, leaders that we're developing and spending time with, new Christians, people who are maybe coming back to the faith, who need encouraged. As pastors, it's our job to make sure we encourage them, but especially as Christians, all Christians ought to be mentoring someone in the faith, even as they are being mentored.
I like to summarize it by saying every person, every Christian needs in their lives people who make them better and people who they are making better. So for me, I need to be focused on mentoring and being mentored all the time. Hey, this is our first fellowship video, our first video in our Ministry Foundation series, and we're glad you joined us. You can find more videos on our website, kuandaa.org, or our YouTube channel, which is
Kuandaa International. Just search for Kuandaa and I'm sure you'll find it.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.